The advice that I would give someone just stepping into a DEI role is, as much as possible, tie your DEI metrics to your business metrics. They should be completely aligned. So how you're talking about it, how you're measuring it, the data that you're using, all should be aligned with your business metrics. As an example, as you're thinking about HR processes, it should not be a separate HR process and a DEI process. DEI should be embedded. This is a critical business goal of everything that we do around HR. DEI is a part of that. I think there's a few things that are on people's minds right now, especially in the United States with the affirmative action rulings around universities and how that's going to impact corporate. I have the extra added by being a part of a global company of thinking about how now do I balance what the US is asking me to do, what the EU wants me to do, and the different regulatory environments around the world. So that's, I'd say, one thing. The other thing that I'm actually thinking about, though, is that I'm looking at the dynamics of how the world is changing, going back to the office. And what I'm hearing from people is a lot about burnout and how they're trying to balance. And what I think we all know from our personal experiences is when we're under stress, we don't always behave the way that we would want to behave. And so I'm thinking about, how do I help from a DEI standpoint, from an inclusion standpoint, our overall organization think about burnout and well-being and taking care of ourselves as a way to help drive respect and inclusion as well. Again, we're going into, we've got still a war going on in Ukraine. You have hot spots in other parts of the world. We've got an election year, and we've seen the past 2 presidential elections in the United States be very contentious. All of those things just add, it's not one thing, it's just kind of this added factor of things coming that are just making me think about burnout, well-being, and how to help our employees manage that as a way to make sure we're showing up the way we want to for each other. Go ahead and join the DEI board. It has been wonderful and a wonderful experience for us to have. The 2 things that matter to me, or that make this different from other boards that I've participated in. One is that I have line of sight to different types of companies. It's not just big companies, it's not just small companies. It's across that spectrum. It's some that are just focused in regions of the United States. It's some that are focused globally. And every one of those companies has something that they're bringing to the table that maybe is a little bit different than how I'm thinking about it. The other piece of it is, this is all practical. This is not theory. This is what I did. This is how we're thinking. This is what we're doing. This is what went wrong. I would love some advice from people. And there's nothing wrong with theory, but I really love and appreciate the practical insights and sharing that we get from people, because that helps me think about, even if I've done something similar, but they did something a little bit differently that I can now think of incorporating into my strategy or this practice that I'm doing. So if you're thinking about joining the DEI board, just do it.